Hey, happy Sunday, everyone. How are you? I hope you're doing great. Thanks for joining for our Hatha Yoga flow. So today what we're going to do is start laying down on the back. Any comfortable position that you like is great. We'll get a few stretches in. We'll warm our body with a bit of sun salutation sea flow. And then we're going to get into the basic standing postures of Hatha Yoga. And we'll work to hold them a little bit longer than normal and utilize the breath to help build the structure of the posture and let the muscles release. So I'll meet you there on the mat. Alexa, please turn off. All right, so finding a comfortable reclined position. I'd like to start with a message from Patanjali, and he's the patron saint of yoga. Many of you have heard of him. But he says that yoga is said to be the mastery of combining a balance of science and art. And that knowledge of science is like the colors on an artist's palette. And the greater the knowledge, the more colors available. The body is the canvas, and the asanas are the art we create. And so I share that today so that you can consider your own body as your own canvas, and that it is completely unique to you. It looks and feels and has different colors and textures than my canvas. And eventually when we get back into the yoga studio together, then the yogis around you. So think of that as your opportunity to create a beautiful piece of art with your body, utilizing the asanas that you know and creating the postures in ways that feel uniquely beautiful to you. All right, so I'll join you on the back here. And feel free to prop up your hips with anything if you'd like an early hip opener or low back release. You're welcome to do that. You're also welcome to bring soles of the feet together, palms out wide, face upwards, expanding across the chest, letting the shoulders drop down to the ground. And we'll start by closing the eyes. Bring your awareness internal. Notice the feel of the body on the ground here this morning. Let the head feel heavy, the shoulders release, the hips melt down into the ground. Build our yogic breath by sealing the lips and breathing in and out of the nose. Notice the breath in the body as it fills the lungs and the belly. Notice the audible quality it takes on as it passes across the throat. Allow this breath to lead your practice today. Allow your inhales to inspire length and your exhales to inspire strength. Notice the integration of your whole. How the body moves with breath, how it functions with breath, how it feels with breath. We'll take another cycle. And then if your feet are together and knees wide, bring the palms to the outer edge of the thighs. Draw your knees together. And soles of the feet are on the ground. And tuck the low belly in towards the spine so you can press your low back down. Give that a brief release. And then on breath, like cows and cats, inhale. Arch the back up slightly, directing the tailbone down, lifting chest. Exhale, draw the belly in, cat pose, round that low back, press the low back down. Inhale, mini cat or mini cow. Exhale, mini cat. One more time into cow. And exhale to cat. And find a neutral spine for yourself. Light lift of the low back. Draw the left knee in towards the belly. And give that a squeeze. Extend the right leg if it feels good in your body. We've done this many times, so you should know where your body is by now. And maybe each time you come to the mat, you feel a bit different. A bit of a progression, a deepening of the posture. If the leg is straight, point the toes and the kneecap upward. Press through the right heel. Activate the right leg as well, even though left leg is drawn in. Extend the left leg towards the ceiling. Clasp the palms behind the belly of the hamstring. Hi, buddy. You breathe into the back of the left leg. Use the breath to release the muscle fibers. Rebend left knee, draw the thigh to the outer edge of the rib cage. Bring your right palm on the top of your right hip. And keep the hips in neutral as you draw the leg upwards towards the left armpit. Beginning to work some mobility into the left hip joint. That ball and socket hip joint, and great range of motion there. And then from here, take circles in the air with the left kneecap. And just go in one direction, drawing the leg towards your midline, and then laterally towards your outer line. And change direction. And ground the left foot on the ground. Knee is facing upwards, draw right knee to belly. We'll start here, give that a squeeze. And then extend the left leg long if you would like. There's a difference in the body based on your low back, your hip muscles, and tendons, ligaments, and then just honor that and be where you are. And flex the left toes, press through the left heel. Extend the right leg if you would like. And palms behind the belly of the hamstring. And foot facing upwards. And bring your awareness and breath now to the back of the right leg. Begin to draw the leg closer to the body as the fibers release and the tension exits the body. And bend the right knee, draw the thigh to the outer edge of the rib cage. And keep hips neutral here so you can bring your left palm to your left hip to help gauge that. And then circles on this side. Bringing the right thigh in towards your midline and then out wide. And change direction. Replace the right foot on the ground, hug both knees into the belly. Roll the forehead up towards those kneecaps, stretch out the neck and tuck the chin in here. And then release the back to the ground. Bring the arms out wide, either like a T or take cactus arms, knees over hips. Take an inhale into the body. As you exhale, both knees to left, draw belly button in towards spine. Hover off the ground here. Stretch the right side body. Take a few breaths here, hovering, using the weight of the body to stretch out the sideline. And feel the body on left. And then exhale, draw belly button in, knees through center, both knees towards right. And they're hovering off ground. Beginning to engage the core muscles, the obliques, but also bringing breath to the left side body. We'll take top back and forth now, rocking along the sacrum. Use the inhale as you come to a side. And then exhale, transition, engage the core belly button to spine as you come through neutral, center, then both right knees towards right again. One more time, side to side on the cycle of your breath. Beginning to open up the core, the waistline, twisting the body a bit. And we'll meet in neutral. Bring the feet down to the ground. Hands by hips, palms facing downward. Thighs are hip socket with distance, feet are hip socket. Press into the ground with feet and palms. Inhale, lift the hips towards low bridge. Direct the tailbone towards the back of the knees and towards the inner edge of the knees. And take another breath here. Fill the chest, the belly. Exhale, roll the spine down to the ground, vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll do that one more time, just the hips. Inhale, lift hips. spine down. And press into the feet. Inhale, now lift the hips and the palms. Big body stretch as we go through rolling bridges just twice. Exhale, come down to the ground. Inhale, press into ground, lift hips. And breathe into the front body. And exhale, lower all the way down. This time, roll along the length of the spine. Bring palms behind the thighs. We'll come up to seated, bring the soles of the feet together. An early Baddha Konasana, so just be gentle with the hips here. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, thumbs on the inner edge, fingers towards the outer edge. And take a breath into the back body here and work to lengthen the spine first. So turn around this way. Lengthen the spine first and maintain that length as you draw your chest forward. So it may not be too far forward. That angle here at the hips may be only a slight angle. But work to reduce the rounding in the upper spine. Draw the chest forward as you would in Cobra. You may use the forearms to press gently into the inner thighs, expanding the groins, helping to release the outer hips. And come back up to center. Bring the right leg so that it's parallel to the front of your mat, your shin rather, and sweep the left one back around your body. So we're in a staggered stance here. It's an early hip stretch. Look towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen out from the waistline. Exhale, crawl the belly down over the right thigh. You may only come to forearms here. If you come lower, no worries. Just work to find that long, strong spine that we just did in bound angle posture. And then walk palms back up into that front shin. We'll change the leg that's in front. Simply switch on the base of your sacrum, or your sit bones rather. Bring the left shin towards the front line of the mat. The right foot sweeps back behind. And take that inhale, twist towards the left shin. Long spine, exhale, crawl down towards ground. Maybe only towards forearms, wherever you can maintain that long spine. Maybe tuck chin in, maybe bring forehead towards ground. Walk the palms back up, sweep the feet towards the back of the mat. And we'll take child's pose here, hips back to heels, knees spread wide, belly dropping between thighs, forehead on ground. Use that yogic breath here to expand the body. Breathe into the back of the heart as the shoulder blades round down towards the ground. Giving your heart, your lungs an opportunity to expand into your back body. Draw the hips to the heels. Lengthen the hips away from the waistline. Breathe into the low back. Release the low back. Tent the left fingertips and thread the right arm under the body towards the left side. A little bit of weight here on the right shoulder. Good morning, Ziggy. And come back through neutral, extend the right arm forward. Tent the right fingertips, thread the left arm under the body. So we're threading the needle here in child's pose, a bit of a gentle variation of how we thread the needle from puppy dog pose. And undo the left side, walk those palms forward. On inhale, we'll rise to tabletop meeting there. Align wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Find your long spine. Draw the sit bones towards the back of your space, the top of head forward. Actively press away from the ground with the mid knuckles, lifting some weight out of the wrists. If you have any wrist pain, then I encourage you to walk the palms one palm print forward and see if that takes a little bit of the pressure out of the wrist line. So just experiment with that. If you have tight shoulders, you can also rotate palms slightly outward so the pointer finger faces forward rather than the webbing between pointer and thumb. So just experiment with some variations, then draw chest through into cow. Press away from ground, tuck belly under into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Take one more. Undulating the spine, bringing our oxygen-rich blood all around the vertebrae and the discs between, keeping them supple and healthy. Shift the weight here to the left palm slightly. Reach the right palm forward, rotate it inward. And then plug the shoulder back into the socket. Maintain that. Extend the left leg behind. Lift the heel towards hip height. Breathe into the length of the body. Hug the belly button towards the spine. Reach out slightly further with fingertips and heel. And take another inhale as you are, then exhale, knee, elbow, under body. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, under one more time. Inhale, extend out. And find that length for your body, then exhale, touch down. Shift weight to right palm. Lift left arm forward. Rotate inward. Hug the left shoulder back in to its socket, or the arm back into the socket. Then extend the right leg back behind. Tuck the belly button in. Press the heel to the back of the space. Reach the fingertips forward. Activate the left arm. Inhale. Exhale, knee, elbow, under body. Inhale, extend out. Exhale and under. Inhale, out. Exhale and under. This time, inhale, extend out. Exhale, under, tabletop, tuck toes behind, press hips back to down dog. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, release the heels down towards the ground. And pedal the feet out. Wake up the back of the legs. As you pedal, try to take a breath with one heel down, one knee bent. Then make the exchange. We'll find stillness together here. Hide the heels behind the toes. Draw the inner thighs to the back of the space. And bring a soft bend behind the knees to allow the muscles and the soft tissue all around the joints to release. And peek forward at those palms. Ensure that they're at least shoulder socket width distance. And spread the fingers wide. Give yourself a lot of active real estate on the ground with your palms so that you can press away, removing the weight out of the wrist joints, out of the shoulders, directing it upwards towards the hips. Rise to the toes, inhale. Exhale, bend knees, press the chest all the way back. Inhale, rise to the toes. Exhale, heels come down to ground. One more time, inhale to toes. Exhale, bend knees, press. Inhale, straighten legs on toes. Exhale, heels come down to the ground. Walk palms back to the feet here at the back of your mat. Bend the knees even more so the belly can start to touch the thighs. Take opposite elbows in a forward fold. And sway back and forth. It helps to loosen the connective tissue around the hip crest, near the side body, lengthening down on the side bodies as well as the back body. As your legs awaken, maybe the hips shift a bit forward over the heels. The belly turns on to help hold the weight in the forward fold. Release the palms to the ground. Palm print by palm print, walk back out to down dog. Notice any difference this time as you take it. Is your back body just a bit more open? From down dog on your inhale, lift the right leg behind, one leg dog. On your exhale, bring the knee under body, step through. Left knee comes to ground for low crescent lunge. Inhale, sweep palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward, frame right foot. We'll start moving through sun salutation C. Step forward to top of mat. Big bend in the knees, hook the thumbs, fan the fingers. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Exhale, goalpost arms, lift the heart, press the hips forward. Inhale, reach tall, Urdhva Hastasana, through bent knees. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, left foot steps back, left knee down. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, fold forward, frame right foot, step back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank and lower knees down. Drop the chest between the biceps, we're crocodile. Bring the chest and chin to the ground. Inhale, rise into low cobra, following breath. Exhale, press away through bent knees, down dog. And we'll do that on the left side. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step forward, right knee down. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, fold forward, step forward. Bend knees, hook thumbs, fan fingers. Inhale to stand. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, bend knees, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, right knee down. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, fold forward, step back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank, knees come down. Lower chest and chin to crocodile. Inhale to low cobra. Exhale, bent knees, down dog. We'll do that one more time, moving a little bit quicker to warm the body. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step forward, low crescent lunge. Inhale to rise, palms reach high. Exhale, fold forward, step forward. Hook thumbs, fan fingers. Inhale to rise. Exhale, cactus arms, lift heart. Inhale, reach palms. Exhale, fold forward, palms to ground. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, low crescent lunge. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, fold forward and frame, down dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, begin your crocodile vinyasa. Inhale, breathe in to low cobra. Exhale, press back, down dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step forward, right knee down. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, fold forward, step forward. Hook thumbs, fan fingers, bend knees to stand. Inhale. Exhale, bend elbows, lift heart. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, right knee down. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, fold forward, down dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, bend the knees, crocodile vinyasa. Inhale to Bhujangasana or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And take a breath into the body. Hopefully you're starting to feel warm. Hopefully the blood is flowing. And rise to the toes, inhale. Exhale, bend those knees. And step forward, top of mat. Half lift on inhale. Exhale, forward, fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, sweep the palms high. And come all the way to stand. Exhale, palms, heart center, Samastitihi. So the yogis say that the word asana is this gentle ease in the body. The opportunity or the ability to find postures and shift the strength and the weight of the body towards the major axis so that the muscles can release. So we're going to work towards that. We're going to work towards that place of comfort and ease in the asana. Finding the integrity and the alignment so that we work on the major axis and let that hold the body. So we'll start with forward fold, just as an example. Inhale, sweep palms high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Our legs here are our major axis. So we're shifting weight over the heels. So the weight of the body can rest from hips to heels, releasing the muscles a bit. And the bones are holding us up. Letting the breath go to those muscle fibers to help them release. So a very just simple example of this. Then inhale, half lift, palms to shins, lengthen spine. Exhale, plant palms, step right foot back, followed by left plank pose. Then inhale, shift forward a bit. Notice the weight here is now stacked into the arms from the shoulders to the wrists. And then distributed along the strength of the body from shoulders to heels, so that we're not dumping into any particular place, but working with angles and gravity and the strength of the bones, and to help release the muscles a bit and allow them to open. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend elbows halfway. Knees can be up or down. And draw your chest through. Inhale into cobra or up dog as you're ready. Exhale, hips come all the way back, down dog. Lift the right leg on inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward for runner's lunge. Lengthen the spine here, back heel to crown of head. Inhale. Exhale, step left foot forward to meet right, top of mat. And half lift on inhale. Lengthen that spine and keeping hips over heels. Exhale, forward fold. Come to stand, inhale, we'll sweep the palms upwards, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms heart center, Samastitihi. Inhale, sweep palms, Urdhva Hastasana, lengthening the body from heels to fingertips. Exhale, hinging at hips, fingertips to ground. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step back to plank. Taking plank and finding that alignment again. Shoulders over wrists, length of body from head to heels, distributing the weight along the axis of the back body, and from the shoulders down to the wrists. And take the inhale, shift forward slightly. Exhale, bend elbows, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, peel the heart forward, hips opening towards wrists, up dog. Exhale, hips come back, down dog. Taking a breath into the length of the body here from fingertips to hips, and then hips to heels. Noticing how the body is evenly distributed at the hinge of the hips, so that neither the arms nor the legs become tired in the posture. Lift the left leg behind, inhale. Exhale, step left foot forward, top of mat, runner's lunge. Inhale along the back body, heel to head. Exhale, step forward, top of mat. Half lift, inhale, palms to shins. Lengthen that spine. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Palms reach high towards ceiling. And then exhale, palms come to heart center, Samastitihi. And keep the feet either underneath the hips for chair pose or bring big toes to touch. Bend the knees deeply, but keep the knees stacked closer towards the ankles rather than the toes. The weight is a bit in the heels. Using the strength now of the lower body, peel the belly, the chest forward. And palms lift towards ceiling, rotating slightly inward with the pinkies to open up the shoulders. Hug the belly in so the core supports the spine. And breathe in, lift the rib cage off of the waistline. Draw the shoulder blades down towards your waistline. And so we're lifting, yet drawing in and strengthening. Inhale there. Exhale, fold forward, palms to ground. Half lift on inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back for high crescent. And the feet are hip socket width distance. Bend the right knee over the right ankle. Bend the left knee slightly. Press away from your foundation. Inhale to rise. Align the hips here. Outer right hip, outer left hip, pin towards one another. The upper inner thighs squeeze in towards one another. The pelvic floor lifts. Lift away from the waistline. And float the ribs up, then draw the shoulders down. I turn on the arm muscles. The arms are strong and straight. And curl up the sides of the lips. The mouth is in a smile. Straighten the back leg as much as you may need. Reach the right knee a bit further over the right ankle. One more breath here, then exhale, fold forward. Frame the right foot. Rotate left heel down and hop the foot in slightly for warrior one. Press down to the outer edge of the left foot. Reach the right knee over the right ankle. And keep that long, strong left leg. Press away, inhale and rise. Both hips face forward. Adjust the feet as you may need to find that. Spiral the inner left thigh back while the outer left thigh rotates forward. Keep reaching the right knee over ankle. And bring palms behind back here, interlace right thumb over left for humble warrior. Lift the heart here, draw shoulder heads away from the sternum. And then on exhale, fold forward, belly on inside of right thigh, top of head draws down towards ground. Keep the outer right hip hugging in. Keep the right knee in line with the right ankle. And press away from the ground. Rise, warrior one. Hook the thumbs, fan the fingers here. Keep the triceps active. Broaden across the shoulders. Maintain that with the arms as you heel toe right foot towards center line of mat for warrior two. Lengthen the stance. Front heel bisects back arch. Reach right knee over right ankle. And so with the knee stacking over ankle, we take a little bit of the weight into that structure of the body. And then we distribute it long down the back leg, split the arms, warrior two. And find that place of ease in the posture. Notice if you're holding anything with tension. And can you release that muscle? Can you allow the weight to distribute evenly and the energy to flow freely? And flip the right palm, reverse warrior. Don't change anything in the legs here. We're just tipping back, breathing into the side body. One more breath here along the length of the arms, the length of the right side body. Then back to warrior two. Reach forward with the right hand. Bring a block towards the outer edge of the right foot. Extended side angle. If this is too much in your practice, you can take modified forearm to thigh. You can also bring a block up to any height. Bring the palm on the block and pin the forearm and knee towards one another. And keep that same deep bend in the right knee. Left palm will reach forward. Rotate now at the belly line. The hips are open to allow the spine to straighten and then rotate. Continue to reach forward with the right palm. Press down on the outer edge of the left foot. Reach forward with the left palm. Last breath here. I'm building a little bit of heat in the posture, but also the awareness to the body to know where we can release. And come back to warrior two. Bring palms to hips, straighten that right leg. We'll set the feet for triangle. It's usually a bit of a shorter stance, heel to heel alignment. So just about an inch of a heel toe. Deep angle in the back foot. Reach the palms out equally. Then inhale, stretch forward. Try to bring the right side body as long as you can, as parallel as you can towards the ground. And then bring the right palm down to a shin or block. Maybe the ground. Just work to have that same extension out of the waistline first. Then lift the left palm. And bring the left palm to your hip. We're going to work towards half moon here. Bend right knee. You're welcome to travel forward with block or not. The same angle and length we created in triangle, we're creating in the balancing posture. So left foot rises slightly higher than hip height, so that from heel to head there's a long line. Rotate those hips open to the left side. Hug the outer right hip in. Draw the belly in towards the waist so you feel the strength of the core as left palm reaches towards ceiling. While grounding down in that right foot, you're also lifting out of the standing leg. And so the weight is evenly distributed now from hip to heel, but then also left foot towards head. And bend the right knee. Point left toes, gracefully land back to warrior two. And flip the right palm, reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel palms down around right foot. Step right foot back to meet left. From plank pose, shift forward, inhale. Bend elbows halfway, exhale. Inhale into up dog. Exhale, hips come all the way back, down dog. We'll use our breaths here to bring energy into the body. Notice how that energy is coursing within. Notice how the right side feels. Maybe a little bit different than the left. And then rise to the toes, inhale. On exhale, bend the right knee, step foot forward, runner's lunge. And bring the blocks forward in front of your mat. Hop the back foot in slightly. Press into the right foot, lift the left heel to hip height. We'll take modified warrior three here. And palms are on blocks. They can be any height. And we're looking to straighten the spine here. Left heel reaches back, top of head reaches forward. Even the hips, peek under the body. So you can see that the left hip is drawing down. Maybe a bend in the right knee if you need that to support the neutral hips. And from here, come to fingertips on blocks. Continue to lengthen. Maybe bring the palms towards the heart for warrior three. And take the inhale, warrior three. Exhale to stay on top of mat. Nice. Bring big toes to touch. Bend knees deeply. Utkatasana, inhale. And sitting the weight maybe a little bit further back. Using the next three breaths here to build heat in the posture, but also allow the muscles to release, to deepen the posture. And breathe into the back of the heart, draw the shoulder blades apart from one another, and turn the pinky slightly in. One more breath here in Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, palms to ground. Half lift on inhale. Exhale, we'll step right foot back for crescent lunge. Feet are hip socket width distance, left knee reaches over left ankle. Slight bend to that right knee. Press away from the ground, lift with the belly and rise. And keep bending left knee over left ankle. And keep reaching back with the right heel. As the body starts to open up, the right leg may straighten just a bit. Pin the outer hips together, hug the upper inner thighs together, and then lift from the pelvic floor so that even though the weight is bearing on the legs, or the legs are bearing the weight, you feel a lift out of the pelvis and a buoyancy in the posture. And take the inhale there, then exhale, fold forward, frame left foot, pivot right heel down, hop right foot in slightly for warrior one. Glue the outer edge of the right foot down, reach the left knee forward towards the left ankle. Strong right leg, inhale and rise. Warrior one, both hips face forward. Left knee reaching over left ankle, spiral inner left thigh back, or right thigh back, sorry, outer right thigh forward. And find that same action in the legs, find the same action in the pelvic floor, the belly, the chest. Hook the thumbs, or sorry, sweep the palms behind back for humble warrior. Reach the knuckles down to the ground. Lift the heart here, long spine, inhale. Maintain that length, hinge at the hips for humble warrior. Reaching heart forward first, gazing forward, then eventually towards back ankle. Lift the knuckles towards the ceiling. Hug the outer left hip in. And keep the belly on the inner edge of the left thigh. Knee in line with ankle. And press away from the ground and rise to warrior one. Feeling that transition, feeling the strength of the body, supporting it. Hook thumbs, fan fingers, activate arms. Maintain that active arm. Heel toe towards warrior two. Lengthen stance. Left heel bisects back arch. Deeper bend in the right foot, or sorry, deeper angle in the right foot. Left knee reaching over left ankle, and then split arms evenly. Strong active arms, reaching fingertips away from one another, reaching shoulder blades away from one another. Flip left palm, maintain the legs. Inhale, reverse warrior. And one more breath here. Building heat in the legs, but lengthening body. And come back to warrior two. Hinge forward at this left hip to reach forward for extended side angle. That left palm comes to outer edge of left foot, towards the block, any height. Reach away from the midline first with the spine. Remove any tension out of that left hip, then spiral open at the rib cage as the right palm reaches forward. Breathe into the right side of the body. Notice if there's tension anywhere. Can you release that aspect of the muscle? Allow them to open up on breath. If there's too much weight in one part of the body, can that be distributed elsewhere to find ease in the asana? Press away from the ground, rise, warrior two. Bring palms to hips. We'll set feet for triangle pose here. Heel to heel alignment, slightly shorter stance. Reach palms out equally. On inhale, we'll hinge forward once again at the hip line, bringing the right side body here, or left side body, parallel to ground, and then tick-tocking arms. As you come down to the ground, hug the left hip in, and keep pressing into the ground with the big toes of each foot. You lift weight out of the legs, even though they're bearing most of it. Bring the right palm to the hip. Bend the left knee as we transition to half moon. Bringing the block forward with you if you'd like. Hug this left hip in once again. Fingertips or torso's length away from the standing foot. Hug the left hip in. And then peel and rotate at the hip. Right foot slightly higher than hip height. Right arm reaches towards ceiling. Full extension between the fingertips. Full extension between the legs. Bring the right palm to the hip. Bend the left knee, point right toes. Land gracefully, warrior two. Flip left palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel, palms down, frame left foot. And step back to plank pose. This time on plank pose, we'll pivot both heels to the right. Vashisthasana or side plank. Find that long line for the body here, so you feel like your weight is distributed, not dumped into the right arm. So lift the right waistline up, reach the left palm high, and find that Tadasana nature, the length and the strength of the body. And take the inhale, then exhale, we're transitioning to left side. Left palm comes down, pivot to outer edge of left foot, lift the left waistline, long Tadasana line for the body, heels to head, reach the right palm towards ceiling. Engage the muscles here, but don't crunch them so tight that the energy can't flow. And so find that balance between strength and sweetness. Inhale, exhale back to plank pose. And shift forward slightly on inhale, bend elbows, exhale. Peel heart forward, open up for up dog or cobra. Exhale, press away from ground, down dog. And just moving a bit slower today, almost like we're moving through honey. A thickness, a strength, a viscosity, but a sweetness about the movement. Rise to toes on inhale. Exhale, bend knees, step left foot forward, runner's lunge. Bring those blocks in front of you. Bring palms to blocks here, about torso's length away from the left foot. Press into left foot. Inhale, lift right heel to hip height. Lengthen the spine first. Reach the right heel back, top of head forward. And then find those neutral hips. Maybe peek under the body to see them. And then bring your gaze forward once again. And come to the fingertips on those blocks. Elevate slightly. Bend left knee as much as you may need to support the neutral hips. Then bring one palm followed by the other towards heart center. Warrior three. Lengthen out, inhale. Exhale, come all the way to stand, top of mat. Nice. We'll take tree pose on each side. Building the structure of this posture, let's shift weight to the left leg first. I'll show from the side view. So the tailbone tucks down slightly, pelvic floor lifts up. Bring the right knee, then forward towards the waistline. Draw the leg out to the side. Keep hugging the outer left hip in. Then bring the right foot towards inner left thigh. Once you find your place, press them together. Lift up from the pelvic floor and palms come to heart center. You're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to take any variation. Maybe right palm rests on right thigh. Left palm reaches high and over. You could take crescent variation here in your tree. And you can also bring both palms high towards the ceiling. And play as you'd like, hook thumbs, fan fingers. As much as you're grounded in that left foot, then zip the energy up the midline of the body, reach taller, feel that buoyancy. And curl the lips, bring a smile to the face again, and then release this side down. Release right leg down to the ground. Take that same tuck of the tailbone down so you feel the pelvis lift up. Maintain that strength. Lift left knee now towards hip height. Draw the knee towards the outer edge, bring the right hip back in, then take the left foot anywhere you'd like on the inner right leg. And press them into one another, bring palms to heart center. And play as you did on the other side, maybe play in different ways on this side. Maybe Yogi Mudra of knowledge with thumb and pointer finger touching. Maybe those arms, those tree limbs grow upward. Again, find that buoyancy, even though there's strength in the posture. And find the lightness that allows you to flow with the energy and the movement of it. One more breath here. And slowly coming out, palms to heart center. Release that left foot. And sweep palms high, big inhale. Exhale, forward fold, palms to ground. One last final vinyasa here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, your choice. Skip this all together. We'll meet in down dog. Peel the chest open, press away from the ground. We'll set for pigeon pose, a hip opener. It's a pretty deep one, or single pigeon. So if that's not okay, you're welcome to take figure four. Also bring any props that you may need around. I like to use a pillow under my right hip because it's much tighter than my left. Lift the right foot, bring the right knee towards the ceiling, open up the right hip first, and take a breath there. And then bring the leg under the body, setting up. So just honor the difference in your body. Honor where your body is today. Remember, your body is that canvas that you get to paint the masterpiece with. And each day may bring a different piece of art for you. Eventually crawl the body down towards the ground. You can stack the palms, rest the forehead, or extend forward, whichever feels okay in your body. Breathe into the outer right hip. Notice if you can start to release that down towards the ground. And keep the hips a bit neutral here. So it's at the hip joint that the leg rotates outward, but the crest of the hips are still facing in the same direction. Hi, buddy. Hello. Now one more breath on this side. And then walk the palms back up to the front shin. As we come out of this posture, just take a moment to notice the change that it creates for you in your hips, how that translates to you possibly emotionally. And then with care, come through that transition. Press into the palms, tuck the left toes. You're welcome to open the hip once again. You're also welcome to flip the dog if that's part of your practice. That means that you'll rotate to outer edge of left foot and gently step the right foot behind you. Flipping, pressing hips, belly, chest towards ceiling, reaching right palm forward. And take a breath, and then come back through neutral here. Extend the right leg up, and step the right foot next to the left. Come through vinyasa if that's also part of your practice. And we'll come through it together if it is. And from down dog, lift the left leg, setting up for the left side. If you're taking figure 4, it's time for you to change to. Lift left knee towards ceiling. Start to open up the hip. And then bring left knee forward. Leg under body. Take whichever props you may need on this side. And find neutral hips. Find a long right leg. And toes reaching back evenly. Then eventually crawling that body down towards the ground. You're welcome to extend both arms forward or stack the forehead. Sleepy. I have very curious kitties in my practice today. They're my assistants. All right, let's walk the palms back up to that front shin. Take the inhale. Again, notice now where the energy sits within the body, how that affects your frame of mind. And then tuck the right toes. We'll lift back. And as you lift back again, you have this option to flip the dog, which means, ow, Ziggy, stop. Ow. Lift the left knee towards the ceiling. Open up the hip. There we go. Rotate to the outer edge of the right foot. And you're welcome to step that left foot all the way down behind the body. Open up. And come back to center. And from center, we'll bring the knees down towards the ground. And the hips back to the heels. Forehead is just right in front of the knees. Palms can be by the heels. So child's pose modification, or variation I should say. It's more of a restorative variation, rounding out that low back. Let the belly rest on the thighs. Breathe into the back of the heart here. The shoulders float away from one another and towards the ground. Roll up to seated. We'll take camel pose for our back bend today. So there's, we're only going to do 2. So if camel is new to you, you're going to come through the first variation that I teach twice. If you're used to camel and you know your body in camel, you're welcome to come through the variation that works for you. If you have blocks, place them to the outer edge of your ankles. They'll be there for our second variation. So first variation, bring palms to the low back. And press the flesh of the low back away from your waistline so that you can press a bit into the sacrum. Keep the hips forward over the knees. Draw the elbows towards one another. Lift the heart. On the inhale, reach that heart towards the ceiling. Start to tip the head back, open the throat. And then come into the back bend a bit deeper here, rounding behind the heart space. Pressing hips forward over knees, hugging belly in. One more breath in camel, lifting heart. And exhale, tucking chin in, sitting hips back on heels. Place the palms downward, close the eyes. Feel the energy course through the body. While it may be one of the more accessible back bends, it is absolutely one of the more energizing ones. And sending the blood all around the heart as we expand across that center. And feel the flush of energy come in and then retreat out as we sit down. Inhale, come back up to knees. This time if you'd like to go a bit deeper and it's part of your practice, we'll start with palms at low back. We'll all begin in variation one. And so find that inhale, press hips forward, lift heart, tilt the head back. And then if you'd like to come deeper, you can bring those palms to the blocks on the outer edge of ankles, or you can bring palms to heels if that's part of your practice. One more breath in camel. And begin to roll back up, bringing hips, then chest over hips, chin tucks in, and sitting seat all the way back down to heels, feeling the breath in the body. And the energy course all around the heart. And closing the eyes so that that awareness is heightened. Start to release the sensations of the external and hone in on the sensations of the internal. And blink the eyes open. And blocks can come off to the side. We'll shift the hips off to the side. Bring the back down to the ground. Hug the knees in ever so gently for Apanasana, using that pressure to release the low back. You're welcome to rock along the line of the low back as well. And curl the forehead here up to the knees. And stretch out the shoulders, the neck. Release the back down towards the ground. Bring the thighs wider. And take happy baby variation. That allows you to keep low back and sacrum on ground. So maybe it's just squeezing shins, or maybe it's taking feet, facing soles of feet towards ceiling, thighs towards outer edge of rib cage. Using the next 3 breaths to release the low back down to the ground. Using the structure of the posture here to deepen the experience, release the layers, and allow it to unfold. And release the feet from here, but extend feet up over hips. So heels stack over those hips. And we'll just end for a few breaths with the legs elevated towards the ceiling. Palms can be by sides, or out wide. We'll start to slow the rate of the breath, slow the rate of our pulse, our heart. And use this as our entry into Shavasana. One more breath here, with legs elevated. And then gently bend the knees, wiggle the toes just a bit. Just slow movements as we bring feet down to ground, extend legs long, feet splay out wide, and set your body in your space for Shavasana. And tuck the shoulder blades under slightly so that the sternum can broaden, the fronts of the shoulders release down to the ground. Palms flip up by sides, eyelids closed ever so slightly. You are welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you would like. I would like to say thank you so much for joining today. I appreciate your support, and I love meeting you on the mat every single week. I'll be teaching once again this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, Vinyasa, Tuesday, Thursday, Gentle, and Sunday, Hatha. So come to as many as you can. It's always an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure.